Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the channel where we're going to be cooking again back in the Lael cookbook. We're going to be making côte de porc à la charcuterie, which is a nice pan-seared pork chop with some Dijon mustard sauce that is absolutely delicious. I've made this before. I actually recorded and edited an entire video on this already, but I wasn't proud of it, so we're giving this a second go, and it's gonna be delicious, and I'm really excited to share this with all of y'all. So let's get started. All right, so the first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna preheat the oven to 375 degrees. While that goes, we're gonna get some of our ingredients prepped here. So I have these pork loin chops. In the picture, they use a cut that's got like a French style bone coming out off of it. And that's what I originally used when I made this a couple months ago, but they didn't have that today at the store, so we're using just what I could find. So we're gonna season these with salt and pepper. And then we're gonna take a small onion and chop it up. And then I also need 10 cornichons thinly sliced. And this was one of the things I wasn't so proud of the last time I made this, was they were not very thin. These ones are also a lot smaller than the ones I originally had in the first video, which is actually not bad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, I'm gonna try to get these as thin as possible. How's that? Is that thin enough? There we go. That's all of our prep. We're gonna move over to the pan. Okay, so in this pan, we're gonna heat oil and butter. I know a lot of people don't do that. That's what he says in the book. So that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna put that on about a 6. The last time I did this, I didn't have it high enough, and so my sear wasn't really good. So once that heats up, I'll throw in the butter, let that heat up and melt. So now my oil is hot. So I'm gonna throw in a tablespoon of butter and let that get hot. So once everything's all bubbly like this, we're gonna take the pork chops. Nice. I'll put these in here for about 4 minutes aside. While this is going on this back burner here, I'm going to start prepping our side, which is going to be some mashed potatoes. Magic time. Let's see how these are looking. They're a little browned on the edges. They're starting to curl. That one's really good. They're starting to curl, so I hope this other side will be a little bit better because of the way the meat's sitting on there. So we'll let that go for 4 minutes. In the book, he says to throw them in the oven for about 8 minutes. However, if I temp this, it's done. So I am not going to do that. But I do want to say, look at that. That is beautiful. I'm going to take these off the heat for now. Just put them on a plate, cover them in foil, and just let them rest. So boiling pot of water. I'm gonna put our potato chunks. Now, in this pan, we're gonna add in our onion. And we're just gonna let this go until it's all golden brown. At this point, he says to add in some flour, a teaspoon. So I'm gonna do half a teaspoon and half a teaspoon. And we'll stir that all together. So we're gonna do a half cup of wine. Scrape up everything we can. And we're just gonna let this go, reduce by half. Okay, that looks pretty reduced. So at this point, what we're gonna do is we're going to add some dark chicken stock, a cup of dark chicken stock. All right, so we're gonna let that reduce by half again. I'm also gonna put a bit of rosemary in there, in the potatoes. That was actually thyme that I threw in there. I'm getting the rosemary, bear with me 1 second. So a bit of rosemary and thyme. This is a new angle, this is a new area. But I didn't feel like moving my food processor, so we're gonna do it here. I don't know if this is going to work. I'm kind of hoping it will, but essentially what I'm going to do is I don't have a potato ricer, and I don't particularly feel like mashing the potatoes. So I'm just gonna very slowly put them in the food processor and see if this works. Herbs and all. That seems to have done the trick. Actually, that did a really good job. It's not exactly perfect, but that's totally fine. So I'm gonna put this on. It's gonna help me stir. That's really good. So this sauce, I turned the heat back up. I want to take it a little bit further. Try to get it a little bit thicker. That's about what I want. So into that, we're gonna go 2 heaping tablespoons. He doesn't say heaping, he just says 2 tablespoons. 2 tablespoons of Dijon mustard. We're gonna take it off the heat, and then we're gonna whisk those in. Whisk that in like so. And then into this, we're going to then add our cornichons. He also wants me to put in the parsley, but I want to save the parsley for decoration. So I'm not going to do that. And then any juice that has ran off of the pork chops. And we're just going to whisk this all together. All right, so we're gonna plate up one of these. I'm gonna spoon over some of this sauce. A little bit of these taters. It's gluey, but it tastes so good. Then we're gonna sprinkle parsley on everything. This is my côte de porc à la charcuterie, and I have added mashed potatoes on the side. Let's dig into this. Honestly, really proud of this, the way this one turned out. I'm gonna hope that this is not overcooked, because these recipes, they're always overcooked. There's a bone there. Okay. That is so good. These are super gluey. I'm gonna have to look into that. This is really good. I hope you enjoyed watching, and I hope you have a good night wherever you are and whatever you're doing. I just wanted to follow up and touch base on the potatoes here. I'm editing the video and about ready to upload it. But what I found out after looking into it a little bit was that I kind of made more of like a French style mashed potato or a pomme puree. And food processor is not a recommended way to do that. So I'll be looking into different ways. I think potato ricer is the way to go for that, but it still turned out delicious. So does it matter? It's up for you to decide.